Hi, my name is David C. Jones, and hey, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to think back to a time when you really, really laughed. Laughter is an important part about being human. It's not just some random emotion. It's not like an optional add-on. It's something that has evolved over millions of years in human beings and other animals, and it's helped us thrive and survive. Feel good. When we laugh, we trigger our body to release different hormones, including dopamine, serotonin, and best of all, endorphins. It also helps reduce stress hormones like epinephrines. You get smarter. For example, if someone tells a joke, it fires off an electrical impulse past the amygdala and the limbic system and goes all the way down to the cerebral cortex to try to guess what the punchline is going to be before we hear it. And then it just keeps on firing as we determine whether we find it funny or not. Brain exercises. We get healthier. When we start laughing out loud, our lungs start pumping, our blood starts flowing, and we lower our blood pressure. When we are laughing, our muscles tighten. Some of them will relax, some of them will tighten. Our facial muscles, as well as our core, gets really activated when we're guffawing. And when we're laughing, that's really pumping our lungs. So as we are producing that ha 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 sound or that he sound, and that's releasing toxins and stale air. 4, it can also help release trauma. Whenever we hear bad news or someone tells us something that very much upsets us, we either hold our breath or we'll do a sharp intake of breath. As we keep doing that, we start trapping those negative emotions, that negative reaction down into our core, into the bottom of our lungs, into our swamp, down to the pelvic floor. And when we start to really breathe and do deep breath work, or even better, laughter, we start really scooping that up, reaching down into the bottom of our lungs and releasing it, releasing that pent-up emotion, that pent-up negativity. That's why sometimes when you're laughing, you start to cry, or you get like almost a ferocious, angry look on your face, because you're unlocking and releasing everything out of your swamp and out into the universe. You're processing it in a way that is quite joyful and playful. But wait, there's more. You can also build connection. When we are laughing in a group, we tend to laugh easier. We get activated by the other people laughing. We activate others. It kind of goes in a circle. Conversations with laughter in them last longer. And when we are laughing, we are opening up ideas of cooperation and wanting to work together. It is not something to be left up to chance. We need to seek it out and to promote it as often as possible. Bring people into your life who make you laugh until you can't breathe. They will give you energy to keep on going. Laughter brings us together and it comforts us and others.
I'm Daniela, and we are art therapy interns.
Hi, yes, I'm also so happy to be here. I'm excited to share the art therapy process, and I'm always excited to bring new people on board and create art together. I'm just excited to jump into it.
We're just going to discuss it, Brooke and I, what we think art therapy is. It's really therapy, but we have an extra superpower and an extra tool, which is art making. So we're not just talking to you when we're going through a therapeutic session. We're actually asking you to, create art, to, destroy art, to build art, to create together. And we feel like that offers another perspective to whatever issues we're trying to deal with or talk through.
When you're in a regular therapy session, it's kind of just like one-on-one. So it's the therapist and the client talking back and forth. Obviously in a group setting, it's more than that. But with the art, you have like a bit of like a triangle. So you're in dialogue with the person, but you're also in dialogue with the art. And then you can ask questions to the art and about the art. And it creates a really interesting way to hold whatever you're working on that session, whatever emotion, if it's fun, if it's play, it just adds this other element to the art therapy group.
It's also a place if you don't want to dig into deep emotions, because we can definitely reach deep feelings when we're doing art therapy. It's also a place to experiment and to play and to just remember our inner child and bring them out a little bit more, because that could, offer us some sort of a life review. It can remind us of our resources, what makes us feel good. It's a really cool tool to kind of get to know ourselves a little bit better. We say it's a safe space. We really care about how you're feeling inside the group and if it feels safe. Because if you're not feeling safe, you're not going to be able to heal, you're not going to be able to express yourself and, let whatever is inside out.
An invitation to like make a mess too. Again, we're not, with art therapy, we're not making like the perfect image. It's about the process, not the product. This one's a really fun one to get into that. We're going to take, you can see my two little colors here, and just pretend this is a page in front of me. We're just going to draw at the same time, and you can let your breath kind of lead you and going in circles. Or maybe this hand wants to lead for a bit and you follow it. And then maybe this hand wants to lead and you're following that. Or maybe they want to work in different ways. So whatever kind of just feels correct. This work is called a bilateral scribble. And bilateral basically means both sides of the body. And it really helps with regulating. It really is great for grounding. If you want to just do a little bit of a somatic work, a check-in, and then get both sides of the brain just talking.
I like to switch my pens in the middle, just find it more interesting.
You can actually hold it a bit away from you and maybe turn the page and see. Kind of looks like looking at clouds. Like, can you see anything? Like, is there an image?
This one is called Self as Tree. It's one of my favorites. I always bring it up because it's something that I feel helps me get to know you better. And every time I do it, I learn a little bit more about myself. Self as Tree is you thinking of yourself as a tree. If you were a tree, what would your tree look like? Would you have branches that are full of fruit? Would they be bare? Would it be full of leaves? Are you well rooted? Are you next to water? Do you have what you need next to you, your resources? Is there sunshine coming? Is it nighttime? I like to think of all the different aspects of the environment as well as the tree and how it represents who I am.
I chose orange and blue. Orange is one of my favorite colors. And then I think of blue as like water, and I thought of the roots as very grounded like water. Well, I have two cats, I'll disclose that. So I put 2 holes there if they want to live in the tree. And then I decided that he was going to smile. You see how much you can get from just drawing a tree.
You don't have to have fancy materials to be able to join these sessions or to create. Anything around your kitchen can work. Like if you have turmeric and water, if you have vinegar with some food coloring, you can really make your own colors. There's no right or wrong material to have with you. If you are excited about trying something, this is the right space to do so. So if you have lots of art materials and sewing materials next to you and you haven't used them, come to art therapy and you can kind of play with them with us.
This is Wormy. He's really good at snuggles and eating.
This is Mr. Squiggle. Yay.
He's a good friend to have when you're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.